Hello family, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing good. Myself Abhiru Patra and currently I am pursuing MS in Computer Science Negotiated Learning from University College Dublin. And today we are going to discuss about education loan and finances, and this video is specially for the aspirants who wants to pursue their higher education from Ireland or coming to Ireland for stamp 2 visa. So why I thought of making this video is just to make you aware of certain loan rules. We'll be sharing some tips. We'll discuss the documents which are required and how it is to be presented. And in the end, I'm going to share my screen and will show you up my own finance documents. So be with me till the end, and without delaying any further, let's get started. So the very first point which I would like to highlight is, say for example you have enrolled yourself for a 1-year program and the course fee is say 20 lakhs, and say another 10 lakhs is required for fooding and lodging. Now this sums up to 30 lakhs. Now you cannot apply for a loan for the whole amount, that is 30 lakhs. So at most you can apply for a loan of 50 to 55% to some extent of the course fee only. So that brings down to 10 to 12 lakhs at max you can apply. Rest you have to fund from your own savings. Okay, else there is a high possibility that your application might be rejected. Now the next point which I would like to highlight is, this loan amount, if your loan gets sanctioned, should be used to pay the tuition fee or the course fee only. The personal expenses should be funded from your own savings. So this is one rule which is always recommended. Now let's jump to the third point. It is always recommended to get a loan from a nationalized bank, and to some extent you can try out the private banks like ICICI Bank or the HDFC Bank, and it is not recommended to get loan from a bank which is not that popular. Coming to the fourth point is that you need to pay minimum of 50% of the course fee before you file for your visa. Okay, minimum. So say for example you have enrolled yourself in an undergrad 4-year program and the course fee for 4 years excluding fooding and lodging is say 40,000 euros. Now before you file your visa you should pay 20,000 euros minimum, okay, and not less than that, and not even 1 euro less than that. It should be greater than equal to 20,000 euros. Okay, another example is like, say you have enrolled yourself for a 1-year program, so your course fee is say 15,000 euros. Now you should pay minimum of 7.5 thousand euros before you file for the visa. Now coming to the fifth point, a question can arise like, how much funds do I need to show? So to answer this question, to be honest, there is no limit. Show as much as you can, and there has been many cases like this that people think, okay, say you have a wealth of say 70,000 euros, okay, and you have showed only 50,000 euros, and later on your application for visa is rejected due to insufficient funds, and you regret that, okay, I had 20,000 euros, why I didn't show that up. So it is always recommended to show as much funds as you can, and that is it. Now let's discuss about the finance documents which you can show up. They consider those funds which are non-volatile in nature and at the same time which are immediately encashable. So funds like say if you have a savings account, for which everyone has got. So next thing is that you can show FDs, that is fixed deposits. You can show your RDs if you have, that is recurring deposit. You can show TDs, that is term deposit. You can show LIC, you can show PF, you can also show PPF. So these are some funds which you can show. And in addition to these funds, to just strengthen your profile or to make your uh, application a bit stronger, you can show up these volatile funds as well. And these volatile funds include your demat account, if you have any demat account, uh, then is your superannuation fund, then if you have tax saving bonds, uh, if you have a property valuation certificate, then mutual funds. So these are few funds which you can show in addition to the main funds. And lastly, you need to make one document combining these two types of funds which you have, and this document is known as summary of funds, where you need to summarize all these funds. Okay, and I am going to share my screen just right away, and will show you up everything. And also I'm going to show my own finance documents as well. So let's quickly jump to the screen sharing session. So you need to get this type of balance certificate along with the bank statements if you are having a savings account. So see, you can just refer, you just need to mention the date, then you have to write your name or your sponsor's name or the name, whoever is having a savings account, then you need to mention the account number. And then it is written that when this account was opened and the balance on this account as on that latest date. And then you need to get it stamped and signed by the postmaster. If you have an account, if you have a savings account in post office, and if you have a savings account in banks, then you need to get it stamped and signed from the bank manager, and you have to give the bank address. Now let's jump to the other documents as well. Say for example, this is a FD certificate. Along with the FD certificates which you hold, you need to get something like this in writing. So draft by yourself and take a printout of this, and go to the bank in which you have the FD. And you can get it stamped and signed by the manager. So here you can see that this is to certify that Mr. XYZ, holding a PAN number this, residing at, you need to give the address of the account holder as holding these FDs. And then you need to mention the face values. And the VFS people will only bother about the face value, they won't care about the maturity amount. So this is the way you should collect one FDR certificate. Along with the FD certificates which you have, take a colored printout if possible. Now coming to the RD certificate, this is how a RD, that is recurring deposit certificate, looks like. Say this is to certify that Mr. XYZ is holding an account number this, has a recurring deposit with their branch residing at this, and the monthly deduction of the RD is this 1900 rupees, and it will last for another, say you need to mention this is just a sample document. The amount due at maturity will be this, the current RD balance is this. Along with the RD statement, you need to get this in writing. If you hold any RD from the post office, then you should mention the name of the postmaster and write down the post office address. Else you need to write the name of the bank, and also get it signed and stamped from the bank manager. Now, this is how an MIS, that is monthly income scheme certificate, looks like. Again, you need to get this in writing, that this is to certify that Mr. Abhirup Patra has an amount of this, holding an account number you need to mention, having an amount of this, and this will be continued for a term of say 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, date of maturity you can give. Interest earned every month is this. So this is how you should get a MIS certificate in. Now coming to the tax saving bonds, again you have to get this in writing that you hold these tax saving bonds, the holder name, the face value, and they are only bothered about the face value. They, again I am repeating, they are not concerned about the maturity amount. Why this tax saving bond will fall under additional funds is because this, although these tax saving bonds are non volatile in nature, but still you cannot encash it on an immediate basis. So that is the reason you cannot show these funds as your main funds. Okay, now this is how a property valuation report looks like. So if you hold multiple properties, you can just get a valuation report like this. You need to reach out any nearest bank of yours. You can contact them. You can ask them that you have say 3 properties under your name, and you want to know the valuation, current valuation rather, and they will charge a certain amount, and after that they'll send some people for inspection, and after the verification is done, and you will be getting a valuation report like this. Report might vary from bank to bank. So don't worry if the template doesn't matches. The last thing is the summary of funds. This is very very important, guys. This is very, so this is how I summarize my main funds and the additional funds. So right, you can use this template for your reference. So here first you need to mention your name. You give to name, give your name of the college, course name, intake. If you are applying it through any consultancy, you can mention their name as well. Now you are writing like this: dear officer, I Abhirup Patra have applied to the university. This is the name of the course. To better understand the amount of money needed for my tuition fees, like you have to mention like this, total tuition fees, and you have to convert that. Now you need to write your sponsor's name, like my father was my sponsor. So you need to write like this, that my father is a sponsor, currently he's working as a designation name over here at uh, the company name. He has been employed for whatever it is, be it 25 years, be it 20 years, be it 30 years, and has his annual income, whoever is your main sponsor. Okay, so I'll make a separate video on sponsors. So first you need to mention your primary sponsor's name and his savings and funds he have. So he has a savings account, he also possesses one MIS account like this. So this is how you should write. Okay, so he has a term deposit, the balance in his provident fund. Along with that, he has got few fixed deposits. Again, you need to uh, present those fixed deposit in a tabular format. He has got some recurring deposit. Again, you need to mention like this, and they are least bothered. Again, I am repeating that they are least bothered about the maturity amount. They are only concerned about the face value. Okay, so again, then I wrote like this, like my mother is also my sponsor. She is a homemaker, or if she is a working professional in your case, then you can write that up, and anyone can be your sponsor. Okay, so here I have wrote, so this is a sample. So treat this just like, treat this as a sample document. Anyone can be your sponsor. So first you need to mention your primary sponsor's name. So it can be your father, it can be your anyone. Then you can write your secondary sponsor name, whatever funds he or she have. Then you can write about yourself if you are a working professional like I was, that okay, being a working professional I also have few funds, I started working for this on this, and my annual income is rupees this. Okay, now coming down, if you have got any insurance policy, please do mention that. In this table you need to show whether you have made a payment of 50% of the course fee or not. So this is how I paid. This is the breakup. First I have paid say 500, and then again I have given 6000, then I have paid again 6000. You need to mention the date, and you need to describe the modes in which you have transferred the money. Okay, if it is a credit card or if it is something else. Now coming to the additional funds section, right, you can write up like this, that my mom and I possess few mutual funds. Also my father has got some superannuation fund. On the top of that my father has tax saving bonds. So like this. So also I have gave them a note that these tax saving bonds are not immediately cashable. Again you summarize these things. First you write your sponsor's name, the primary sponsor name, if you have any MIS, if you have any term deposit. And please be careful, and please revise it repeatedly so that you don't make a mistake and there is no mismatch. Say for example, in this MIS part you have written certain amount, but in the above over here the amount doesn't matches, then you might face repercussions. Again sponsor name 2 like this, same thing. Again this is again a tabular format. Total tuition fees, scholarship offered if offered, if not then you can write like this, not applicable. Total living expenses less deposit paid less fees paid. Total cost of education, balance fee plus living expenses, all in euros. Coming to the bulk lodgements, this part is very much essential. If there is a transaction in any of your mentioned account and the transaction is above 1 lakh, then you need to give one explanation. You just check out the balance statements, and from there you need to filter out the transactions which happened, and the transactions which is greater than 1 lakh rupees. And this is how you explain it, that okay, this was the amount I took the money out of my bank name is this, savings account number is this. Now documents attached in support of above mentioned funds, like this UCD fee payment receipt, then bank name 1 balance sheet, 6 months bank name 1 statement, bank name 2 balance sheet, 6 months bank names 2 statements, MIS certificate if you have, term deposit FD, 6 months pay slips if your sponsor is a working professional, and also you need to produce the ITR for last 3 years. Okay, I hope the screen sharing session was helpful, and now I guess you have a rough idea of what are the financial documents required. First of all, don't worry, I'll get you all the links so that you can download those sample templates and use it for your reference. Another point which I would like to highlight is that your balance statement should not be old more than 7 days from the day of appointment. Say for example you are going to file your visa on 20th August, and you need to get those balance statements after 13th August. And getting that done is just not easy, it's very difficult, you know, to balance everything, because you have maybe more than one sponsor and you need to collect all those documents within a span of 7 days. People don't lose your sanity during this phase. This is a very tough phase and you need to handle all alone. and to some extent they might consider uh, up to 10 to 15 days, but not more than that. So please be careful and don't lose your patience during that phase. Now coming to the next point is that you should not staple any documents or should not pin your documents, no matter whatever document it is, be it PCC, be it your medical insurance, be it your notarized letter, be it anything. Don't pin your documents, else, like in my case, I was having a good day. Because why I was having a good day, let me tell you. Because there were only 4 applicants on the day I filed my visa, and just because the rush was less, so they helped me out to unpin those documents, and my document consists of 302 pages. So they had to unpin those 302 pages. Some documents were single, but 95% of the documents were stapled, so they helped me out. But during your case, or if you are applying for some other country, be it any country, this goes for any country, wherever you are going, don't pin your documents, else you need to unpin those say 200-300 pages documents all alone. Why I am telling you all to not to pin any documents, be it passport or be it anything, is because they have got scanners, and those scanners are very much efficient and very much powerful. It's not the same scanner which you will find in your cyber cafes or your at home. They'll just insert that whole bunch, okay, consisting of more than 250 plus pages, and within 5 minutes all the documents will get scanned. Okay, so that much fast and that much efficient those scanners are. I tried to cover every points possible, but still if you are left with any doubts, do let me know in the comment section, and you can reach me out in the LinkedIn. I will try to answer as much as possible, and if you like the video, just give it a thumbs up and have a great day ahead. Thank you.